Let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Jeff Ray into the discussion. Not only the record cold that you're talking about for tomorrow morning, but last night the term, and I'm a former Michigander growing up on Lake Erie, lake effect snow.
Yeah, not something you hear about here.
Yeah, no, you don't. I can't remember ever hearing it here. Maybe it's been said a few times, but last night it was a topic of discussion.
We got about an inch and a half of snow from it.
How did that happen?
Well, we had a north wind that was very dry, and it lined up perfectly with three big lakes, and it grabs that warm water, that moisture from the lakes, and it's an event that only occurs in the first 200 feet of the atmosphere. So you got to have a radar kind of really close to it, and the terminal radar out of Dallas was able to pick it up. So Ray Roberts, Louisville Lake, and Grapevine.
Right.
So if you think of a north wind, it hits all three lakes, and comes in right into the Metroplex.
Right.
So I'm going to put this in motion. It kind of started at 7:30.
I'll step out and let you continue. I'm fascinated by this stuff.
You see the bands that are going on. This happened through the overnight hours. It didn't stop through the night. And it was interesting to note that we were forecasting a band of precipitation coming in from the west. That did happen about 4, 5 in the morning, and it brought a dusting of snow for everybody. Of course, our fear was originally that it was going to be sleet or freezing rain. Unfortunately, it was just snow. But anyway, that didn't stop the lake effect snow. It just kept on going all the way into the morning hours. And we ended up with a pretty good snow from it. Here are some of the totals, and you can see that you got Capel at 2.3 inches of snow, 42 inches of snow, Louisville an inch and a half, Euless an inch and a half, and almost all these were because they were in the effect in bands of lake effect snow on top of the little bit that everybody got in the early morning hours. We caught this on time lapse. This is a really great time lapse too, because it's snowing across the early morning hours. Everybody, a few people on the roads are dealing with the snow. Look at where it's white everywhere, right? It's white everywhere, this dusting of snow. And then the sun broke out. And because it was a very light, fluffy snow, look what happened to it by 12:30. Just disappeared in almost all areas. I bet you 97% of the snow is gone. But we have weather alerts out for the cold. We have winds that have picked up from the north this afternoon. They're going to stay strong through the overnight hours. And even though clouds are coming in, we're going to cool down. I mean, we're going to get down to wind chills at or below 0 by tomorrow morning. And we'll still have some slick spots because where the roads were shaded, there's going to be a little bit of ice, because it's still really cold. We got temperatures in the 20s, feel like temperatures are in the single digits, and we had a record low this morning. We tied a record cold day today. We broke a record cold day today, and I think we're going to break another record low. It's going to be tomorrow morning we hit 10, which would be the coldest morning in 3 years. Lows tonight are in the single digits along the Red River and in the teens elsewhere, but this wind is going to make for feel-like temperatures that are going to be in the negative numbers. This is how the day plays out. It starts with wind chills in the negative numbers, so that's why some kids are not going to school tomorrow, and we have temperatures climbing still but staying below freezing through the period. It's not going to stay this cold. In fact, we're finally getting above freezing for the first time in about 86 hours, sometime late Wednesday morning, and the high will be 46, will be in the 50s on Thursday. Notice it's all dry because we have another cold front coming through. We're not talking about any more snow. Though the highs are in the 30s, overnight lows in the 20s, then it'll warm up again. And then we start talking about rain, just rain, but it starts showing up, I think, really Sunday night and into Monday, and we could end up with several days of rain, but just rain. Let me say that again, Doug, just rain.
But why it's going to feel practically like spring, Jeff.